All right, let's talk about a game that had absolutely everything. On New Year's Eve, what looked like a regular old game between the Spurs and the Knicks turned into an absolute nail-biter. I mean, this was more than just a win or a loss. It was a thriller that really tested who this Spurs team was. So, how on earth did this incredible comeback actually go down? Let's get into it.
It's a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Man, that quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures what the Spurs were going through. They were on a ride they were desperate to get off. And the stakes for this game, they could not have been higher.
Okay, so let's set the stage here, because context is everything. The Spurs were in a really weird spot. Just a few weeks before this, they were the darlings of the league. You know, taking down the defending champs not once, not twice, but 3 times. The hype was real. But as we all know, momentum in the NBA, it can vanish in a heartbeat.
I mean, talk about whiplash. Can you imagine that? Going from the absolute high point of your season to suddenly staring down the barrel of your longest losing streak? So this game against the Knicks, it wasn't just about chalking up a W. No, this was a massive test of their character. Could they actually stop the bleeding and bounce back?
And look, their opponent was not about to make it easy on them. They were up against a New York Knicks team that was really hitting its stride. And to make things even worse, these two teams had played before, and let's just say it did not go well for San Antonio. That loss was still fresh in their minds. On top of all that, injuries were already a huge factor. For the Knicks, yeah, losing their center Mitchell Robinson was a big deal. His rebounding just killed the Spurs last time. But for San Antonio, being without Devin Vassell, that was a massive blow to their offense. It was like a chess match before the ball was even tipped.
So yeah, the Spurs basically had a mountain to climb. The last time they met, the Knicks didn't just win, they pretty much did everything better. They out-rebounded, outshot, and outran the Spurs. It was total domination, and San Antonio had to figure out a way to completely flip that script.
And then it happened. The moment where the entire feeling in the arena just changed. The energy just evaporated. You know those moments in sports that feel way bigger than just one play or even one game? This was one of them.
So here's what went down. Victor Wembanyama goes up for a rebound, like he's done 1,000 times. But when he lands, it's just awkward. There's no contact, no one near him. His foot just seems to slide, and his knee looks like it hyperextends. He starts limping off the court, and the entire arena just goes dead silent.
And that was the question hanging in the air for everyone. The game, the comeback, the entire season, it all felt like it was hanging by a thread. Is this it? Is this the moment where it all just falls apart? The second Wembanyama leaves that court, the Knicks just pounce. They go on this ridiculous 17-2 run. Game over, right? It looked like all hope was completely gone. But then, with just a minute and 22 seconds left on the clock, you see him. Wembanyama walks back to the bench. No limp, just calm. He wasn't going to play, but just seeing him there, that was the spark.
And that one little spark lit an absolute bonfire in the most unexpected player. With their superstar watching from the sideline, the Spurs desperately needed a hero. And wow, do they ever find one. Julian Champagnie. Seriously, this guy didn't just step up. He threw the entire team on his back and delivered the performance of his life. A career-high 36 points, and they needed every single one of them. It was just unbelievable to watch.
Think about this. 12 of those points came in the fourth quarter. When the game was on the line, when they were down by double digits, he was the guy. He was the one leading the charge, hitting one clutch shot after another.
And it wasn't just that he was scoring, it was how he was doing it. The man was absolutely unconscious from three-point land, hitting 4 out of 5 threes in the final quarter alone. I mean, come on. That is the definition of stepping up in the biggest moment.
And get this, in a crazy little side note to this whole epic night, even with the injury scare, Wembanyama still managed to make some history. He became the fastest 7-footer ever to hit 300 career three-pointers. It just shows you what kind of talent we're dealing with here.
So when that final buzzer finally sounded and everyone could breathe again, what did this all mean? Because this felt like it was about so much more than just ending a 2-game skid. This one felt different. It felt important. It was a statement win, plain and simple. They didn't just stop the losing streak. They proved to themselves and to the league that they could stare down some serious adversity, losing their best player, down big on the road, and still find a way to win. That shows character. And maybe, just maybe, it shows that this team could be a real contender.
The final score, 134 to 132. A tiny 2-point difference that tells you everything you need to know about what a dogfight this was, right down to the very last second. An instant classic.
So we'll leave you with this to chew on. In a long NBA season, there are always a few games that really define a team. And on a night where they were faced with injury, with doubt, with a huge deficit, the Spurs didn't fold. They came together. So the big question is, was this the night the San Antonio Spurs figured out who they really are?